having seen various reactions of amines where we were more interested in how the NH2 group reacts in those cases. We took certain aliphatic amines, we also took certain aromatic amines, but if you just remember in the earlier part that we discussed, it was more about the NH2 group reacting with other ingredient reactants which are there. Now in this case we will restrict our discussion to electrophilic substitutions. This is an aspect we have been seeing from a long time where it depends on whether it is an ortho-para substitution or a meta substitution. So all those factors once again we will see here, but only thing that we have to now remember is aniline actually has a basic NH2 group. All the compounds that you studied till today, phenol, chlorobenzene, then say carboxylic acid, benzaldehyde, all this COH, CHO, OH, Cl, everything was acidic in nature. This is basic in nature. So naturally there will be some deviation from the aspects that we have generally studied with respect to electrophilic substitution reaction. So let us see what is this study all about, where introduction part, let us see that aniline actually has 5 resonance hybrid structures. This is something that you have studied in the first year parts of the resonance stabilizations, where suppose if I have this aniline, so this is the aniline, benzene ring mixed with NH2, and this has a lone pair of electron. So when I show the delocalization, these 2 electrons come here and a double arrow mark indicates that they are resonance in nature. So let me write these 2 bonds as it is. One bond is already there, no doubt. But now what has happened is these 2 electrons which were there exclusively with nitrogen is now coming for bonding. So this is how I can show that this is a double bond in place now, because the 2 electrons came down. Now because of that it holds a positive charge, because earlier both these electrons were with nitrogen. Now one is with nitrogen, another one is with carbon, which means that nitrogen overall lost 1 electron, and we know that positive charge indicates deficiency of electrons. Now because this has happened, you can see that this carbon already has 4 bonds, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So therefore you cannot accommodate another double bond like this, because if you accommodate this, then this becomes pentavalent. So therefore these 2 electrons will come here, and therefore it will be a negative charge. Why a negative charge? That is because earlier the electrons were distributed, one with this carbon, one with this carbon. Now both the electrons are coming here, which indicates that this is excess. So continuing further, this will come here, this will come here. This is something that has already been discussed, so not much explanation required here. So NH2 positive charge, and then a double bond is present here. The negative charge has come down. These 2 electrons have now come here. 3 structures have happened. Then the further structure will be these 2 electrons coming here, this one coming here. So let me again get the benzene structure. This is as it is, this side bond. These 2 electrons have come here. There is a negative charge here, and then with a double bond I have NH2, and the final structure, that is the 5th structure. Let me write it down here, where once again these 2 come back here, and the double bond goes back because the tetravalency of the carbon has to be maintained, and therefore you get back aniline, where these 2 electrons came back here and formed a double bond, whereas this has gone back. What do we see in the difference of the first structure and last structure is that just that the double bonds are at different positions, and that is what is the resonance, that aniline will keep on undergoing this sort of delocalization, and in the process we see that ortho position has a negative charge, para position has a negative charge, again ortho position has a negative charge, which indicates that this type of reaction will undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic because electron rich center is there at ortho, para, ortho. It is not there at meta. So because electron rich center is there, a poor electron species, which is called as electrophile, can be attacked to this sort of a compound. And that is what we see here in this case, that various resonance hybrids are shown for you, and we realize that it is an ortho-para directing group. It is definitely a powerful activating group because the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen is getting involved in delocalization and creating negative charges at ortho and para position. So having seen this aspect, what is the application of this resonance structures that happen on various reactions? We'll see now, where bromination, if we undertake, generally our study was, since bromination happens to an electron donating group, we should have got orthobromoaniline, parabromoaniline, and then we should have told that parabromoaniline is more in number. That is because para products are more stable. But here you see a complete substitution happening. Now that is because at room temperature when you react, NH2 group we have seen it to be highly activating. So we already now have studied that aniline group is supporting ortho and para substitution. It is undergoing a complete substitution in this case, the reason being that NH2 group is a highly activating group, which sees to it that all the available position, which is 2 ortho positions and 1 para position, all the positions are highly activated. So how do we undertake this high activation? Br2 if I put, and if I take 3 molecules, 3 of the Brs go and combine at 3 benzene positions, and 3 hydrogens from there come out to form HBr. It takes at various conditions of room temperature. So this sort of a reaction is only happening in aniline. You didn't see this sort of a thing say in earlier carboxylic acids and all. In phenol you did see it for nitration, but here this is a specific reaction due to high activity of NH2 group. Now the question is, what if I want only the para product? I don't want such a thing, I don't want a complete substitution, I want only a para product. For that you have to bring in 2 factors into play. One is steric hindrance. You should create such a bigger group here that it becomes difficult to go attack at ortho. Always understand that steric hindrance will not have a play at para position because it is pretty far away. But steric hindrance will have an effect on ortho position because steric hindrance indicate large presence of groups and it will be difficult to attack if the group is pretty large. So what we should do now is try to create a bigger group and then induce bromination. How you can do that? That let us see in simple steps, where suppose if I take aniline, I should not do bromination in the first step itself, because if I do bromination then such a product I will get. So what I will do is first I will undertake acylation or acetylation I can take up. So what happens in this case now is, understand that if Cl is going out, the one who goes out is the hydrogen along with nitrogen. This hydrogen cannot go out because it is in combination with carbon which has same electronegativity. So this will go out and then this forms with the benzene N, one hydrogen I will keep it as it is, the other hydrogen, this is how it is formed, and then byproduct HCl is formed. So what has happened here is one H and one Cl is gone, N is combining with the carbonyl carbon. Now what has happened is a big group is generated here. So because a big group is generated, it will not force anybody to come and attack here. It will not force at ortho position. And meta anyhow it is not happening. So what happens here is, now if you do bromination, so if I take say Br2, if I do, now if I do this, then I will only get the para product. So let me write the product here, NHCOCH3, I will only be getting one Br compound in this case. Now why this only one Br is coming is because large group is there, it is not able to attack on either sides. So this is how you can do a restricted bromination in these cases, where the first set of reaction you realize that if you do bromination at room temperature with water as a solvent, you got a complete substitution. But the same thing if you wanted to prepare a mono substituted product. What do you mean by mono? It means single. Now understand that this mono substituted product cannot be ortho, it should be the major product which is para. So how do you induce para? Try to create a big group at the top so that steric hindrance comes into play. It blocks any ortho attack and then a corresponding bromine is formed. Last step, if you see, if you just hydrolyze the part, you will directly get back the aniline component which was there, where you can get 4-bromoaniline. I happen to use ethanol chloride, but here they have used acetic anhydride. So what I basically mean to say is, any sort of compound which can form acetanilide, where a component is being formed, you can use any sort of reagents. So this is how you can do bromination. You can also do controlled bromination in these cases. Now, like bromination, we have another reaction which is nitration, and we have now already studied that. Suppose if you have aniline, then by resonance structures we now get to believe that we should get either ortho and para. So either obtain ortho para product, or you should get a combination of complete substitution of ortho and para, which we saw it just now in bromination. But in this case, what happens is, for nitration we actually tend to use HNO3 in the presence of H2SO4. We know very well that this is the nitrating reagent, and NO2 plus is the electrophile which is generated. But please understand that along with this nitration reaction which happens, there is a simultaneous base and acid reaction which is happening. We have already studied that aniline is a base, this is already acid. So please rewind your understanding about nitration of haloarenes, then alcohols, carboxylic acids, aldehydes, ketones. Everywhere those were not basic compound, but aniline is a basic compound. So this is the one which is going to affect where this aniline, if I take this aniline case and suppose if I add an acid, I know very well that acid basically its role is to create H plus ion, whether you use HNO3, HCl, H2SO4, anybody. So what happens in this case is benzene ring will generate NH3 plus, because NH2 is already there. The lone pair of electrons will help to bond with this hydrogen, and that is how NH3 plus is generated. Now the question is NH3 plus electron donating or electron withdrawing? It has to be electron withdrawing, because nitrogen now has a positive charge. This had lone pair, so it was excess, it was donating. This is now deficient. Deficient people cannot donate. If you are hungry, very difficult for you to donate for somebody. So here, since this is deficient, it will act now like an electron withdrawing group, and we know that if electron withdrawing groups are there, then we get meta products also. So now there is a subtle interplay where aniline and as a base would like to give orthopara, but because it is in presence of an acid, this sort of resonance is also happening, where the acid base reaction is happening and corresponding, this is called as anilinium ion. So anilinium ion is also there in the solution, aniline is also there in the solution, and a continuous resonance is happening. So because of that, you would get all the three products now: para, meta, ortho. Ortho production is very less, around 2 to 3%, but you get a good number of para as well as meta products. So why is this? Because of the presence of the anilinium cation which is formed. So just go through these parts, you realize that in the strongly acidic medium, aniline is protonated. What do you mean by protonated? Addition of proton, which is hydrogen, to form alinium ion, which is meta directing. That was what explained here all this time. That is why besides the ortho and para derivatives, significant amount of meta derivative is also obtained. So you can see the percentages there. Para is 51, meta is actually very near to it, that is 47, whereas ortho is a minimum one, because ortho is generally the low yield product. So para you should have expected here, but you tend to get these type of meta products also, because there is this compound which is acting like a base and supporting ortho para direction, whereas formation of anilinium ion in the presence of acids supports formation of meta products. So this is the reaction that is being present for nitration, and even here, like bromination, suppose if you want to have only para, you saw that the percentages of para was 51, meta was 47, and then ortho was another 2 to 3%. If you want only para product, then what you can do is you can generate a big group at the top. So what does that big group do is, one thing is it does not support ortho attack. The second thing is, since the group is pretty big, it will be difficult for the acid also to react with this basis. So therefore formation of anilinium ion and all is not possible, and it only supports para product production in these cases. So like bromination, even nitration also can be undertaken mono substitution by first creating it into acetanilide, then undertaking nitration, and finally on hydrolysis will give you para-nitroaniline compound. So, similar to bromination and nitration, we also have sulfonation, and sulfonation reactions generally, because sulfuric acid is a pretty strong acid, we know that. So, here also the play of electrophilic substitution as well as the direct reaction of acid base happens, but since this type of compound generally is done by heating, we realize that after we leave it for some time where the compound cools around, we can get the required electrophilic substitution product with the elimination of water. So, what happens here basically is that this aniline which is present, NH3, is now react NH2, this is the aniline compound, is reacting with sulfuric acid. So, the problem here is that being a very strong acid, it supports a direct acid base reaction, and therefore, it tends to form NH2 is as it is. Acid means somebody who should donate one H plus. So, therefore, what happens is this becomes NH3 plus HSO4 minus. What has happened? One hydrogen has come here. So, this has formed NH3 plus and HSO4 minus. This is a direct acid base reaction. Then you leave it for some time. This was basically in the heating method. So, if you leave it for some time, you realize that NH2 form is retained back, and down here SO3H has been formed. So, what has happened overall here, please understand that there is actually a loss of one hydrogen atom from here, that is where the substitution has happened. So, one hydrogen has gone from here, also one more hydrogen has gone from here, this has become NH2, from NH3 it has become NH2. So, two hydrogens, and there is also one elimination of oxygen. If you see here, it is SO4, it is SO3. So, basically two hydrogens and one oxygen has given you water. This is the compound of electrophilic substitution, but it is seen that on reversible reaction, it can also form Zwitter ion. So, what is a Zwitter ion? This we happen to study in the biomolecules part, where Zwitter ions are those where hydrogen ions are having an intramolecular displacement. Intramolecular indicates intra, same molecule. So, here instead of the hydrogen being in place with the SO3 at the bottom, it forms a negative charge, and hydrogen again goes back to the positive nitrogen, thus making it like an anilinium ion along with the SO3 minus ion. So, this is regarding the sulfonation reaction that happens with amines, and this actually completes all the reactions that are associated with amines, be it the general nitrogen reactions or even the electrophilic substitution reactions. Importance of amines, where do we actually utilize these amines? Amines are actually part of most proteins, vitamins, alkaloids and hormones which are there in our body. So, they are subtle parts of all these systems around polymers, dry stuffs, drugs, some biologically active compounds like adrenaline and epinephrine. So, this is mainly having the secondary amino groups. Whenever we have the problem of BP, blood pressure, we use these type of biologically active compounds where amines are part of this system. Novocaine, a synthetic amino compound, is used as an anesthetic in dentistry because pain reducing compounds, these require easy removal of hydrogen atoms. Benadryl, a well known antihistamic drug, antihistamines and all, we will see it in the chemistry in everyday life chapter, where you realize that these type of compounds which contain an amine group are utilized in various certain dentistry conditions. Quaternary ammonium salts, these are nothing but having N plus H4. So, these can be used as surfactants, mainly as cleaning items. So, these are some of the importances of amines that we have happened to study, and we will have a small assignment here, explain carbylamine reaction, very important from exam point of view, a regularly repetitive question. What is the chemical composition of Hinsberg reagent? Kindly write the name of the reagent and also write the structure of that. Explain the reaction of bromination of aniline at room temperature. Remember that this is a room temperature reaction. This is not the specific reaction of para product formation. At room temperature what happens, that is what you have to say. So, this actually completes the study of amines as such, are NH2. But if you see, during the study, we happened to come across one important type of compounds, which was benzene disonium chlorides. So because they are very important and helpful in many such conversions, the next two parts will be dedicated to the study of benzene disonium chlorides, where they are not exactly the study of amines, but because they are derivative from the amines, we will study it under this amines chapter itself. Till then, see you. Sai Ram.